The British University Karting Championship 2013 visited Jenson Button's home track at the end of March, the incredibly fast clay Pigeon in Dorset. After a bitterly cold event at Buckmore Park, the drivers were hoping for some warmer weather for rounds 7 and 8 of the BUKC, but once again it was freezing. Technically, Southampton A, Hertfordshire A and Oxford Brookes A could wrap up the championship at the end of the day, so let's see how they got on. Teams decided to put their more experienced drivers out early in round 7 in order to cope best with the wet conditions. Medway A thought they were cool by choosing to celebrate the first win of the day by doing a 360 just past the finish line, whilst championship contenders Oxford Brookes A tried to do the same but instead confirmed that they are in fact first losers in second place. Having started on pole, Southampton A finished a disappointing third. In race 2, it was Nottingham A who won from 7th on the grid, ahead of Warwick A in 2nd and Hertfordshire B in 3rd. Imperial A did their best to make things difficult for Oxford Brookes by stealing 4th place on the last lap, whilst Hertfordshire A finished in 5th. As the track began to dry, it was Durham A who took the win in race 3, just a second ahead of another great drive by Imperial A in 2nd and Medway A in 3rd. By the end of race 4, the track was pretty much dry to everyone's relief, and it was Swansea A who took the win by 7 seconds ahead of Southampton A, whilst Cambridge A finished in 3rd. Plymouth A made it look easy by winning race 5 from 6th on the grid. Last year's championship finally got a decent result this year by finishing in 2nd, and Durham A had another strong result, finishing in 3rd. In the final sprint race of the day, it was Sheffield A who finally took a race win this season, just half a second ahead of Plymouth A. However, it was later found out that the driver racing for Plymouth A was not a student at Plymouth University, so Plymouth were disqualified. Brunel A was promoted to 2nd and Huddersfield A to 3rd. At the end of round 7, it was championship leader Southampton A who took the top spot, setting themselves up nicely to wrap up the championship in the afternoon. Both Warwick and Durham had their best results of the season by finishing 2nd and 3rd overall, with Imperial A in 4th and Medway in 5th. However, the other championship contenders Hertfordshire A and Oxford Brookes A both had rounds they wanted to forget, as they finished in 7th and 15th respectively. The afternoon racing was all about the 1-hour endurance races, where every team did their best to minimise the amount of time changing drivers and taking on fuel in the mandatory pit stops. But could Southampton get another great result and wrap up the championship? Well, in race 1, 6th place wasn't going to be good enough if Southampton wanted to win the championship at Clay. Ahead of Southampton A were Swansea Metropolitan A in 5th, Brunel A in 4th and Swansea A in 3rd. Championship contenders Hertfordshire A did their best to keep their championship dreams alive by finishing 2nd, just behind another great drive from Plymouth A, who finished in 1st place. A great drive from Durham saw them winning race 2 from 19th on the grid, taking the lead from Swansea Metropolitan with a few laps to go. Hertfordshire A had another strong result by finishing in 3rd, meaning that it would all go down to the last race of the day to see if Southampton A could wrap up the championship. Alas, Southampton drove a storming drive from 29th on the grid, but were beaten to the win by Medway A, who started in 30th. Meanwhile, Huddersfield finished in 3rd place. However, due to Plymouth running a driver who wasn't at their university, Plymouth were later disqualified from that race, promoting Warwick A up into 4th. Hertfordshire's strong results meant that they kept their championship hopes alive by finishing round 8 in 1st place overall, while Swansea Metropolitan A finished a best ever 2nd place and Southampton A finished in 3rd. After 8 rounds, Southampton still lead the table, but on drop scores are only 1 point ahead of Hertfordshire A. The competition will therefore go down to the wire at the fabulous Wilton Mill near Silverstone in June, where both teams will be battling it out to take the coveted BUKC Championship title. See you then!
welcome to Clay Pigeon Raceway. Bit of a misty day here today, a little bit damp, but we're racing and everyone's really enjoying themselves, so we've got a lot of smiling faces.
That's BUKC for you. You win some, you lose some.
We're Southampton 8 and we're currently championship leaders for the BUKC.